All right, we're gonna get started here finally. I'm kind of glad getting back into these regular routines, having a very busy holiday with family and just abnormal activities. Um, just give me one second. Looks like my feed's not showing up for some reason. There we go. Sorry about that. Now we got the feed going. I guess some settings must have halted after doing a few OBS updates. Yes, we in this place, Let's Play, we are starting in Avowed. I saw Avowed pop up for a pretty good deal at $35 this holiday. I've been eyeballing it for a while, just waiting for the price to come down to a reasonable price. I follow a lot of different people on it. Well, let's get started
A
real
world
quick
where
first.
mortals live, die, and are reborn through the turning of the wheel, in a cycle of reincarnation, watched over by the gods. Our gods, some of whom love us more than others. Your home, the Adiran Empire, is treasured by Wodica, Our Lady of Law and Vengeance, the Burned Queen. But our goddess has lately turned her eyes from us, and our empire has suffered revolts, famines, challenges to rightful rule. We lack a common purpose, but we could find it in the living lands, a rich and lawless island settled by fugitives, wanderers, exiles, and us. Yet the more we free this place from danger, the more the land fights back. And now, as our colonists crowd into Paradise, the last safe city, the locals find themselves crowded out. Many years ago, you were born to a family in our Adiran Empire, and in a rare turn of the wheel, you came into this world a godlike, touched by a patron god in the womb. To some, a blessing; to many, an abomination. You grew up an outsider, but I saw potential in you. Potential and an opportunity. And within my court, you found purpose. Now I call upon your vow to our empire and name you my envoy. Venture forth in the name of your homeland and secure our future.
All right, so that's the introduction to Avowed. So apparently you're blessed by the gods. That's kind of interesting. I thought you're going to start off as a nobody, but apparently not. This kind of comes across as the same approach as Skyrim, where you're basically dragonborn from the beginning. So in a sense, you're kind of handed some fame, but it sounds like you also kind of have infamy because people don't trust you because you're different. Let's see here. Anyway, I picked this game up during the holiday sales. $35 sounded like a great deal. I wasn't willing to pay the $70 mark, $80 mark I've seen it mostly at. I watched different reviews from so many different people on this. I'm trying to come in as my own attitude and my own review perspective from it because I heard a lot of negative things from it from a lot of different people. But I'm not going to focus on that. I want to give this a good try. The Outer Worlds is praised very highly, and I think what a lot of people kind of criticize this game about is a lot of the character writing and some aspects that kind of seem a little MMO-esque. But we'll see how that is. I actually want to kind of play and see how that is myself. These are some presets just to kind of get started with my character build. Looks like you can have some weird fungal disease on top of your person, which is kind of interesting and weird. I'll just be a person, thank you very much. Start with that preset. I guess these are body types or something. Interesting. Yeah, it is. It says it right here. Okay, that's interesting. So there's no such thing as male or female. It's literally just body type. I don't really like that, to be honest. It just kind of makes the editing process a little tedious. Alright, do I want to be elvish or a little more humanish? I think I'll be more humanish. Let's see here. Might have to adjust the volume on that music, it's pretty loud. Some good presets. I might just do presets because I don't want to sit here and go through all the designing myself, just to kind of expedite the character process. I got some funky looking faces. Godlike features. Huh. I guess you have to have no. A rare individual born with a blessing or curse. Actually one of the gods. So basically that's why you have these defects, I guess because you're blessed by the gods. I'm just gonna say no. I'm not interested in having these displays. I mean, I could, but I just won't worry about them right now. Maybe in another playthrough if I like it enough. Alright. I think I'm gonna... Let's see here. I actually didn't come up with a character that I'm gonna actually roleplay on this. And I'm not sure... It's like anywhere from like a 30 to a 6-hour main campaign kind of run. So I could potentially just create Paladin Snow again and move forward from there. Just create kind of a Paladin kind of a character. Alright, let's see here. Do I want him to be bearded? Good question. No, this face preset looks a little interesting. There we go, maybe that's a little better. Alright. Oh, here we go. I forgot to change the hair color. There we go. Let's do that. Ah. I'm pretty much just kind of creating Paladin Snow. We'll just play Paladin Snow through this one again. Instead of, yeah, let's get a little more brightness in the beard. I want it to match as much as possible as his hair. Alright, let's go Alright, there's eyes. Let's go ahead and just do the eye color. It's really hard to see these colors. Get the brightness up. I don't want too bright or it's not going to have much color to it. Yeah, we definitely want to do both eye colors. Apparently you can color both left and right eyes. That's kind of neat. Not going to worry about the positions. Let's do the brows. Go ahead and get those more along the lines of what the color it should be. There we go. Very unique. You could say he's already touched some of the gods just because of I'm trying to get his facial hair as wide as possible. Don't worry about any of those shape features, complexion. Wow, it's really hard to tell. Oh, I see them a little bit. They're really hard to tell on complexion what's going on here. I'll just do that for now. Alright, lips, nod, they look fine. Facial scars, oh yeah, let's check these out. Can't see them very well. I'm trying to turn it up a little bit. Interesting. That one will do. Alright, so now we're moving on to more of the background. We could do an Arcane Scholar, Court Agor, Noble Scion, Vanguard Scout, War Hero. Let's see here. Graduated with honors from some kind of academy. You published Tristis soul lineages threatened by lunacy, blah 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 blah. Basically, each of these, I guess, provides some kind of a perk. Your background provides unique dialogue options and determines your starting weapon. All equipment and abilities are available to you regardless of your background. So basically, this is gonna determine starting equipment and potential dialogue options. I'll just say a scout. Seems to be most relevant. Are the tribute points. Let's see how many we have available. Don't have any available. Alright, I guess I'm just supposed to rebalance them to however I need. Constitution is health and endurance. Dex is for attack speed, action speed, and reload speed. Perception is for critical hit chance and maximizing range for weapons. Intellect is for maximum essence and resistance to the ignited, which must be the weird disease type stuff that we're going to be seeing. That's kind of like disease / fungal weird stuff. It's kind of their art, kind of, I've noticed with this game anyway. Great for wizard focused on spell casting. I think that's good for now. Let's go to the next screen. Difficulty, I'm going to leave it on easy for now. All right, do I get a preview of what the voices sound like? Doesn't sound like it. That's weird. Bummer. My keyboard keeps disconnecting. Give me 1 second. There we go. It's connected again. That's just part of having Bluetooth. I'll just leave it at voice 1. It's just kind of like, wah. Display a Dynafitter player character sheet. Display guide like hair features in game. Oh, these are those like options you can select. All right, we'll play Paladin Snow. So we'll kind of play a cross between maybe a potential Paladin and a roguelike or something like that with some spells or something. We'll see. But we'll just start with that. Yes.
What do you know of the living lands? The rumors and tales are so vexing, they cannot be true, and yet they are. Those untamed wilds, overgrown with the most curious wonders, and the most dreadful abominations. There beats a dark pulse within the heart of that soil. Something vile stirs beneath the earth, seething with rot and decay. A corruption growing beyond everything it touches. Its foul tendrils reach towards us, to lash out at the Empire itself. I command you, go to the living lands, find the roots, and if necessary, sever them. You are my envoy. Remember your vow. The hopes of an empire rest upon you.
So it looks like our task is to find out the roots of this mad disease or fungus that's causing infection and chaos and evil that obviously consumes. And of course, on our envoy, it looks like we crash shipped on the what they call the living lands, wherever this infected type stuff is. Our task is to find the roots and sever it if possible. So that's interesting. So I guess we're tasked with finding out this cause and source of infection and hazard. And just FYI, I am playing on a Steam Deck, so I've had to optimize this game, and we'll also see how well my optimization is as I continue progressively playing. Because it's Unreal Engine, so I've had to dial back some of the graphics and stuff. But that's okay. I'm okay with not having the top-notch, that kind of stuff. All right. It's like I'm going to talk to this fellow Garrick here. But before we do that, I'm going to go to the settings real quick, go to the audio, and adjust a little bit on the music. It's only 80%. Man, I like the music. I actually like the soundtrack. It's actually pretty good. Do 60. That's good. Okay, see apply. All right, let's resume. Oh, interesting. I don't know why he's not talking. Oh, yes, I do recall. I believe there's some profanity in this game, so the reason why I have turned the volume down for their dialogue is so that I don't have any profanity coming in on my stream and on my video content. That's so I can retain an E for everyone content so that I won't have language on my channel. That is one of my focal points for this channel, is to be clean as possible as I can, to create more of a family E for everyone kind of a content environment. Wasn't about to let the envoy die on my watch. Alright, I'll take more than... Yep. To make it alive. If we make it out of here alive, the Emperor will be certainly have questions. At least the journey's not completed. I heard there's cannons. Couldn't we... Alright. At least the journey's not completely lost. I heard some cannons. Yeah, he's just kind of identifying what we saw. It's obviously we were attacked. All right, let's start with names. His name's Garrick, Gunner the Third of the Darian Fleet. I am Paladin Snow. It is good to meet you. We spoke on the voyage. Never thought we'd end up like this. I've been here before. We've got an outpost on the island, but... Island? I thought we were going to the living lands. That's definitely for sure. We are, as soon as we find ourselves a boat. But we have bigger things to worry about first. I saw flashes. Envoy, then there was a storm, wrecked out ship. It was cannon fire, and then I could only come from that fort up the hill. It makes no sense. No one fires on their own countrymen unless the fort's been infiltrated by enemy agents. I believe it has. That's what I'm afraid of too. In the meantime, you survived. That means we're not out of luck yet. As long as you're the Emperor's mission, we can still go ahead. Right, the Emperor sent me to investigate the Soul Plague. I guess that's what it's called, is Soul Plague. Then I know the place to start. Adra's got an embassy in the port of Paratus. Once we make it there, we can regroup, figure out what to do next. I hate to say it, but there's probably our only chance of escape. We need supplies, and if our troops have been captured, they'll need our help. I noticed that these are obviously dialogue choices because of my stats. I don't know how much of a difference it's going to make versus these with the dialogue. It is nice that you give you a good flexibility of dialogue options so far that I'm noticing, but I'm kind of curious as to how much they actually affect something differently. All right, well, there's not a black gun in Aurora. Who can stand in our way? That's a mighty answer. It's obvious they're both like asking me, you know, you're coming with me. Let's just say, follow me and we'll get this together. Thank you. I'll keep you safe. Oh, okay. Those boards up there look old. Good hit, and we could be on our way. Alrighty. There's a common axe and a health potion. You'll have to excuse me because I have a feeling I am going to make some serious changes potentially to the key bindings. I am so used to games like the Elder Scrolls. Here we go, keyboard. Let's go jump, parkour, croucher side, sprint. That's all good. Toggle walk. Main offhand, swap weapons side. Interesting. Sheath weapons. No thank you. Yeah, I'm going to be changing some of these. Use F. Yes. Because to interact, I'm going to use E. Yes. I'll find that other option that I've undone. Ability dial. Or radial. Let's see here. Let's do Q. Q is already bound to throw. Yes, I will rebind throw. Throw is here. Why don't we bind that to R for throwing? Must be some kind of throwable items that you can throw. Drink health potion. Drink essence potion. Interesting. Key bindings just for that. Open inventory, I or tab. Tab is already on the open ledger. No. Ledger, maybe I'll leave it that way. Because I wonder what the ledger is first. Good, quick saves is F5. Which will be super useful. Alright, let's go ahead and apply. And get out of here. Resume. Let's see what the ledger is. Alright, inventory screen. A ledger brings me straight up to that. 2 weapon loadout, so you can be able to switch them with the left alt. Alright. Accessories are unique, providing powerful benefits. They can equip the trinket, amulet, or upper end. Okay, yeah. Alright, so I have basically nothing, of course. Character screen. This is, of course, going to be the character sheet, it looks like. Tribute bonus caps. Oh, It's pretty self-explanatory, easy to kind of just read and skim over it. There's elements. Status effects. So there's fire, frost, shock, poison, and bleed is actually, that's interesting. I'm usually used to typical poison, shock, frost, and fire. I guess bleed is an elemental as well, which is kind of interesting. That's kind of a nice little change up there that I'm not used to. Some records of different things that you do with dialogue. And essence must be like casting abilities. Alright, let's see here. Go ahead and take that axe, take that potion. We'll need to equip that axe. Let's see here. Yeah, inventory is definitely something I'm going to have to get used to. It looks like there's not weights, but slots. Actually, no, maybe this is weight. This is 9 of 144 pounds. And does it even say where the weight is on these things? There's all the damages. Apparently there's multiple damage: physical damage, stun damage, stamina cost, and critical hit chance. I'm assuming the stun variable is not really damage. It might be... I don't know. We'll find out. It might just be actually stun damage. I don't know if it stuns the person or not. We'll figure it out. Alright. Got an axe. I know the looting is going to be drastically different than Elder Scrolls and stuff. It's going to be more on the par with, like, Outer Worlds, of course, which I have not played. Oh, that's a breakable. Interesting. Is there anything in there? There's fish. Interesting. Excuse me. I like that they're breakable containers, and it lets you know that by going over the top, and then you have the potential of finding stuff in it. That's kind of helpful. I do feel a little bit like the mouse is a little choppy. I don't know if that's my mouse or if the game itself. Looks like he's got some silver finning. I guess that's currency? Brass steel, interesting. Just for now, I guess just picking up, especially if they're weighing next to nothing. That should makeshift grave. Here lies man-at-arms brave of. So those are like makeshift graves of probably our comrades. It's the blocking interaction. I don't know what that bar is for. Interactable, breakable, destructive doorways. I like that. Alright, so I do like that you can actually kind of go up to edges and climb a little bit. I wonder if you... Yeah, you gotta jump a little bit extra on that one. The parkour is actually pretty decent, I would say, at least so far. We'll see if it gets wonky later as I play a little more. Let's see. Objective is around here somewhere. Here's the map. There's the beach where we just came from. I guess we need to get over here. We might have to figure out a few things. Some kind of item. Ports lit their beacon. We've got to hurry. Oh, so that might be a bad thing. Looks like there's some little mini dragon things. All right. Well, how do we get over there? I guess we go down. That's what it looks like. Oh my. Alright, so the combat is pretty, like you can definitely feel the impacts when you hit your enemy. I kind of like that. That's kind of nice. It is a little bit different than I'm used to, because I'm a little bit pre-adjusted to the wonkiness of Oblivion Remaster. The AI is pretty wonky in it. The AI may be a little bit better polished in this, considering I'm talking about a significantly older game. Alright, come on, the fort's up here! And that's where I'm going, buddy. Oh, what was that? Did I trigger a trap? I think I did. I didn't get hit by anything that I know of. Not sure what that is. Yeah, there's a tripwire right there. Looks like there's a potion right there. We'll just kind of go around that. More potent. No, those are flowers. Oh, what's that? Some kind of a herb or something? Spring berries. I will take that. Alright. Climb up this ladder. And yes, apparently you can climb ladders. That is something you're not used to for typical BGS games unless you've played Starfield, where they finally implemented ladders. Alright, let's see. Don't see anything down there but a bunch of enemies with blood, unfortunately. Wow. Just jump on down there, buddy. And it didn't hurt us at all, which is kind of surprising. So the envoy were fighting each other, of course, because we're here about, you know what? That strange fungal disease. Alright. Can't take that. I will have to get used to not being able to loot everything I see. You're going to be... It's more of a... Well, even in Outer Worlds, it's the same way. It's pretty much their linear structure, which I'm fine with. It's not a huge deal. Alright, just looking for anything of interest. I guess we gotta escape the outpost now. Interesting, we just got to the outpost. Pillars of Eternity. This is also a reference in the same world that those turn-based bird's eye view games are. Pillars of Eternity and Deadfire. Aether is a green crystal found throughout the known world, emerging in the crust of Aurora in the shape of iconic pillars. We cherished Aedra, build our temples around it, study its potential as an energy source, but Aedra is much more. We die, Aedra is the road on which we travel beyond, and our souls are ready to return. Aedra shines lantern, guiding us from death into life. You find yourself in the presence of Aedra, a moment you take ponder place in the great wheel. Consider who you were, who you are, and who you can be. Okay. We rise from slumber. Is it you? Apparently I had some kind of strange vision or talk or something. It's from communication from something. There's some stew, and it's actually not spoiled, hopefully. Alright. Don't see anything else of interest except for that is destructive. Well, there's something over here. Log. Alright, defend ourselves against something. It's more insinuations toward this. Our reason why we're here. Alright. We'll just go ahead and carry on. I'm not going to keep reading notes. I'd rather make a little bit of progress than just keep reading aloud. Alright, what do we have here? Ah, a round shield. And a fort key. I will take that. That shield could potentially be worse using, so I'll go ahead and equip it for now. Alright, there's some copper. Guess there's going to be multiple different types of currency. Maybe like copper, silver, and gold or something like that. Alright. We're going to have to keep rocking this axe as we go forward. Nothing in there. Another note. There's some of that strange toxic stuff. And that's probably the cannon that shot us down, unfortunately. They shot amongst their own envoy. Paladin Snow, that is. Alright. Alright. Oh. Hello there. Alright, combat is drastically different. That's for sure. And I'm about to die. And I only have it on easy. My goodness. Alright, there's a charge move you can just click and drag. Oh, there's another one. Wow, they just keep coming. And he's another armored fellow. There you go. Get smacked. Whoop. He's obviously parrying me, which I don't really like. There we go. Smacked it ahead. Don't really want to lower the difficulty anymore if I don't have to. I'm sure it may get a little bit easier as I progress and get a little bit more level in abilities. Wonder if there's anything up there. One thing I don't like is these enemies aren't dropping very much, which is kind of unfortunate. Not much loot so far, other than just random stuff I'm finding on the ground. Alright, here's our next area objective. Surely there's a way to clear criminals. Oh yeah, of course. I can just chop it through with my axe. Another healing potion I will take off your hands. Could definitely use those. And apparently, oh, there is a door over here, and there's someone over here. Alora. Stay back. I'm not catching whatever's on your head. Ah, yeah, that's because, easy, he's a godlike. You mean God gave you that face? Of course, touched your soul and everything. That's right. Never seen one of your kind before? I've always heard folks say you're blessed. Looks more like a curse to me. Yeah, well, mine doesn't show, so... Yeah, enough about me. Why you locked up? Because the soldier put me here. Now I'm getting out or not. That's the Imperial envoy you're talking to? Show some respect. Imperial... I should have known you were Adirians too. Funny how you survived while all your friends here went and belly up. Well, we're almost dead. We're almost shipwrecked. As far as I'm concerned, Durden had his boots on. Paradise since because the place is pure chaos. Did you not think we liked it up here? We smuggle and just get anything past your checkpoints. Alright. Alright, yeah, I kind of have had enough. Let's just get off this island. Trying your friend's the one picking the fight with me. Knife even back over a dirty look. Okay. At least we don't go mad and slaughter each other. Talking about this fort? You really have no idea what happened in this place, do you? No, I do not. The day I came, I noticed guards talking gibberish. Then killing started, they went wild, stabbed their mates in their sleep. Alright, and you saw that all from your cell, did you? Fired cannons, their faces changed. That soldier in the tried to strangle me, I had to defend myself. The storm made them go mad. It doesn't make sense. I do agree. What if she murdered that soldier and she's just trying to get you covered up? Let's hear her out before we decide. Look, we don't have to like each other, but we can all get out alive. I left my boat at the edge of the island. It should still be there. Alright, keep talking. I don't see the soldiers could have found it yet. You let me out, and all three of us can go to paradise. Tangled with paradise smuggles before, she'd say just about anything to get out of that cell. Her story's full of holes. What if the boy's not there? What if she turns on us? Yep, don't listen to him. And that's another reason why I do not have the audio enabled. I don't know if you're guilty or innocent, and I don't really care. Yep. Of course it's strange. That's because, let's go find that key. Let's go find that key, Garrett. Alright, so I gotta go to the warden's room. We won't regret this, Garrett. Don't be silly. Some weird colors in that room. Alright, it's barred, so we cannot go that way. Spoiled cucumber. I guess I should... No, I don't want spoiled. That stuff is no bueno. Let's go to... Let's see here. Alright, so... Oh man. How do you drop? Okay. I ended up eating it, even though I did the typical, I'm holding the left shift to drop, but it didn't do anything. It just made me eat it. So now I have food poisoning. Great. I don't... Yeah, you'll have to bear with me on some of this stuff. This is a very strange use of inventory if you only have one option of using for your inventory. Because I'm not seeing anything related to dropping. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Oh well. Guess it's part of learning. You end up using a ton of items on accident. Some of the feat, ooh, there's a bow, that I saw online was a lot of people felt like it was almost as if they were designing it to be a, whoops, there's a hole right there. Bummer. An MMO to agree, and I kind of see their design thought press on that. I'm gonna be dying of this dumb, stupid food poisoning. There it is. Huh. Certain barriers can be burned with fire damage. Some spell abilities, unique abilities, can natural terrain can produce fire. Read more in the journal. All right, tutorials. Okay, go away. So certain barriers can be burned with fire damage. Some spells abilities. Huh. Natural occurring Mergan's Fury. So apparently there's some kind of fury or something up here that's actually fire-ish. Alright, so combat. I guess abilities are gonna be maybe like different, like moves and stuff that you can do. Fighter, wizard. I wonder if, are you serious? I think, whoops. I'm gonna have to really get used to this. This is very different. I don't want to see a tutorial every time I go to a new menu. Yep. I'm gonna get one. Each one. You don't need to hold my hand. Each of these abilities are technically your spells, so you have access to everything you're gonna have access to. I guess. Chill blades, fan of flames. Interesting. Godlike. Huh. Ability tree, godlike. Okay, so it allows you to be able to do some of those abilities. Interesting. Grant stealth attacks where unarmed enemies. Interesting. That's nice. However I do that, I guess it's a stealth attack. Let's go back to abilities. I don't have any, I guess. I don't, oh yeah, it says it right here. Available points. I don't know. This is interesting. They don't have very many functions. I feel like I'm trying to click on these things and they're not doing anything. That's kind of weird. I'm literally having to press buttons. It's like it's favored a controller, unfortunately. I don't really like that. So we have a bow. Let's go ahead and have that equipped, but I probably don't even need arrows. I'm kind of curious about that. All right, so apparently not. Yep, that's interesting. All right, so I haven't saved in a while, or actually even at all that I can recall. Is it gonna work? It's like my mouse quit doing things and it thinks I'm using a controller. I don't like that. Huh. It might also be because of how I have the Steam Deck set up. Let me look at that real quick. Just one second. Alright. Let's go over to the controller settings. I'm using the official layout. I'm just going to use the templates, and I'm actually playing with keyboard and mouse, so let's go ahead and select that and apply it real quick. Got that applied. Go ahead and get back into the game. And it's still really not... Why won't it? I mean, like, I'm actually like clicking on these and it's not selecting them as options. It's like requiring me to hit space. I thought I was earlier able to select things with my left click. I wonder if I changed some settings and I didn't realize it. Game. Yeah, see, I can't do it here. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Let me go to the keyboard. I might have changed something when I was changing my options. Jump parkour. Interact. Actually, my body underneath, is it underneath UI? I don't know. This is weird. I don't like that it's locking me out of my keyboard and, I mean, my mouse type functions. It's quite annoying. Here we go. UI navigation, accept, cancel, next tab, previous, sub-tab. See, this is what it's forcing me to use for some weird reason. I don't remember doing it as soon as I started playing. It's like it changed all of a sudden. Huh. Alright, well, I'll just say yes for now, because I did... And I still can't click it. It's really annoying. I don't understand it. It's really annoying. Because it even does the same thing in inventory, like, except for that. I can click on that. That makes no sense. But I can't click on these. Nothing. I'm kind of... This is probably my fault. Oh, yeah. But, yeah. Interesting. I guess we'll see if I play this all the way through. It's very different than what I'm used to typically. I'm kind of getting the impression, I haven't actually played Outer Worlds. I just know some of the aspects of design and using that as a comparison to a certain degree. Alright, where in the world do I need to go? I guess right here? Nope, I fell off. Okay. Alright, there's apparently quick dodge left and right. You can only jump forward. And I can't parkour up that. Or this, apparently. Oh, there we go. Nope, it won't let me up there. So where am I going? I'm assuming I'm supposed to go over here. I don't know. Kind of at a loss. Oh, maybe over here. Yeah, this must be it. Alright, so just keep going around here. Oh, no. And this is why I don't play Mario. Let's go ahead and put that away. I didn't realize there's going to be a bunch of parkour stuff in this. A little bit different for most of what I'm used to. Oh, you can even dive slide. Interesting. Oh, some berries. Ooh, and a common sword. I wonder if that's actually better than what I'm currently using. Not according to what it's saying right now. It has basically less damage, less stun, less critical hit, and then less stamina is the only thing. Wow. Okay, well then I'm obviously going to keep using the axe. Let's go ahead and eat some stuff. Does hardly anything. Probably should go ahead and eat something that'll give me a little more health. There we go. That'll work for now, I guess. Really don't like this menu system. Ah, there's the stealth executing ability. Apparently my goal is to defeat these Zaronierips, or whatever they're called. So there's 2 up there, 2 down there. Yeah, very different flow of combat. Looks like we've leveled up. Got an attribute point. And select your first ability. So let's see here. We got a charge, which is more fighter-oriented. Tanglefoot, which is summon a lingering entangled vines that root nearby enemies in place for 8 seconds. That sounds useful. Or something more along the lines of Wizard, which is minor missiles. Summon 3 magical particles to take out an enemy, deal large amounts of damage to nearby enemies on impact. Uh, I'm going between the Tanglefoot and the minor missiles. Let's just do the Tanglefoot for now. Because that could potentially be worth it just because I can stationary lock them down and go to town on them, or just outright put somebody out of service for a minute. Oh, I guess we still have that open, trying to search for the key for Adora's cell that I'm actually getting away from. Because I don't even know where even to find it. I don't even know if I can actually get back up there anymore. Doesn't look like it. Alright, well, I'm sorry. I don't know if I can go back that way now. Doesn't look like I can go that way either. There's some more healing property berries. Just to kind of do a little bit of an update. I haven't had much time. Just really the beginning of this year has been really getting geared back into persistent schedule with my family and I. Got really out of schedule with our kids, and the twins just would only sleep about 4 hours during the night, and then they'd wake up and keep waking up after those 4 hours during the night while we were on Christmas break. Ooh, a wand. I'll take that. Anyway, it just was really rough the last week while we were on vacation with our family during the holidays. So yeah, pretty much this whole week has been an adjustment period, trying to get back into that we'll just get the twins back on a typical schedule. They've showed significant progress by the time today. That's been the main adjustment. It's kind of been, I'm not going to say that's my main factor, but also myself getting adjusted with full-time back to work, and then also doing my game developments, trying to find that schedule, and just kind of getting some New Year chores that typically kind of show up the beginning of the year out of the way too as well. There's always lots to do once you get back from a trip. You got lots to unpack, and then if you have a big family, sometimes little stuff like that kind of builds up over the week, and you're just able to only do a little bit here and there just because of managing your family. Let's see here if we can get through that. No? Okay. Oh, there it is. All right. Let's carry on. Still don't like that I got to use my keyboard for all this stuff, and I can't use my mouse at all. I wonder if I exit and come back in, or if there's something I've actually disabled on accident. I might Google that real quick. If you bear with me 1 second. All right, my phone will excuse me, can't even speak. Can actually function properly. Let's see here. And spell. No, come on. All right, let's see what comes up. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people talking about it's been a persistent problem with what I'm dealing with. While the game recognizes mouse and keyboard input for gameplay, there's no visible mouse cursor. It says there's no visible mouse cursor in the main menus, but I've seen the main menu cursor, but it doesn't allow me to do navigation with it, which is weird because I just did it with all the character creation and stuff, and I don't know. I guess I'll just have to deal with it because it's been like that since it says February 2025. Yeah, I guess it's something I have to deal with. I don't really like it, but I'll just have to. I'll have to deal with it. All right. So I can't click anywhere here. None of that stuff, but I can use the cursor on these menus. I can use it in this, but I have to use buttons to get around on all the menus. Oh well. So it is. I will take that potion. I will use any potions I can come across because I'm obviously going to be terrible. Looks like we're going to have some more of these bad guys. My goodness. I am running through my potions like crazy. I need a companion that actually does something, in my opinion. I'm just gonna keep pounding on this guy. Seems to work well. That wasn't very helpful, Garrett. Gonna have to pick up the slack. I can't pick up all the slack there. Excuse me. I guess since I'm a godlike, I'm God-touched or chosen, I won't be affected by this disease or whatever it is. So I'm just taking that assumption anyway. But we'll see where it goes. All right, save game. All right, resume. You know, one thing I probably could do, let's go to the settings. Let's go to the keyboard. There's got to be some menu items down here that I saw earlier. Instead of that, I could do... let's do the left click. Those navigations are fine. Let's see if that does anything. Oh, no. Let's undo my changes. That actually, see, I have my cursor over, I hit click, and then it's acting like an enter. No. Let's go to, yeah, I don't know. I'm so confused why it's not detecting those. I guess this is maybe actually an issue that they just never fixed. I guess they just expected everyone to only use game controllers. These kind of first-person games, I much prefer using a keyboard and mouse. Just my personal preference. If I'm playing something casually, I will pull out the controller. That's my preference. I bet this is a bear or something that I've probably seen in a preview in the past. We'll see how this goes. Or is this a person? Oh, it's a person. You can't kill me. No one can kill me. I swim across the sea. Oh, wow. His face looks messed up. I have no expert in soul plagues, but whatever you came from here to find, I'd say you found it. Now I go at the smuggler scared of my face. It must have blown through outlights like wildfire. Wow, it's even affecting this now. And what if it's already spread everywhere else? Who disturbs us? Did you kill those soldiers? They stung at me. They wanted to prune my burrows. I was defending myself. Steady yourself, please. We're only trying to help. You tread in the orchard. Alright. You can't understand us, can you? Spreading weeds, nightmares. I shouldn't have been free to drink of the land. They thought they could stop me. Vipers, their venom stains my blade. He can barely string a thought together. How could he have killed everyone? Trespassers. Thought he could be rabid, but it doesn't manifest this way. Shackles, they would blind us. We would sustain ourselves. And you to return deaf to us. Forget it, they are not listening. Oh, okay. She came out of nowhere. You picked the lock on the cell. Clever. I'm crafty, craftier than you gave me credit for. You think this madman turned on you too? That's a risk I'll have to take. Feed the roots, kill the rot. All right. My goodness, this guy hits really hard. Oh my goodness, he is going into like a rage or something. Great. I keep trying to use a potion, but I must not have any more. And my abilities are not working either. You call this easy for a boss? I don't call this easy for a boss. Alright. What? I don't really understand what just happened. Kind of one of the wonderful things. Sorry, I accidentally left myself mute. I don't know how long I have it muted. But basically I had to go into story mode, or story time. As you could see, the difficulties curve is a little bit too high, I feel like, right now. Maybe I should just leave it on story mode just because it's my first time playing. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's because I don't have very many skills for my character yet, but that I felt like was a pretty steep boss for the first thing. Just kind of strange. All right, let's see here. Take off that. We'll put the pistol, then we'll put the wand. Maybe I have to do the pistol, then right-click the wand. Why not? For my secondary, We'll just go from there. Just so far from my experience, this is nothing like your typical Elder Scrolls game. It is pretty different. Alright, let's see here. I'll take that silver, health potion, pelt. Sure, I'll take all that. Whatever it's going to use. Oh, that's breakable. Anything in there? I don't see anything. More breakable stuff. No wonder they all got slaughtered if just one of those infected was that ridiculous. Nothing. Alright. Closer to twine. Alright. Alright, there's the boat. There in the distance is paradise. So the smuggler wasn't lying. There was no telling that she'd telling the truth, but we didn't take that chance. Look, if there's a soul plague and the Emperor sent you, finally we have to stop it. You have to stop it, no matter what it takes. Everything leaves a trail. I'll follow the plague back to its source. That is our plan. I don't know how, but if anyone can find a way, it's you. Now hurry, the wind's picking up onward to Paradis. Alright, let's go. Useless companion, I would say. It's unfortunate. It is nice to actually have companions that can do a little bit of damage. I don't think they was really doing much to that boss. Alright, first achievements. We've got it from here. Go ahead, and while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and do a save. And resume. Alright, let's go to the journal. We need to speak with Captain Sinric. Alright. Hey, turn around and sail back to wherever you came from. This dock is reserved for the Imperial Envoy. And he's late. Probably died at sea for good riddance. Alright, so, you want to try, let's see which one I'm gonna say. Alright, actually, I'm the Imperial Envoy. Oh, you are? Nice. Forgive me, Envoy, I meant nothing by it, slip of the tongue. Can we start over? My name is Sinric, captain of the local Michelin. We're a scrappy bunch, but we know our way around. Paradis. Alright. Like most Adirians who couldn't find their present company excluded, they told me you were godlike, but didn't know what to expect. Just point me to the mystery and I'll be out of your way. No doubt you come from Eridian Investigator, but he's gone, along with our Kelvedere. Okay, so... I have a missive to deliver from the Emperor to Adir. Sorry, the envoy, but no one's here to receive it. There's a small army of pickpocket smugglers and scouters between the walls who'd be happy to take it off your hands. Alright. Alright, no problem. Which way did the ambassador go? They traveled northwest to the Strangleboat past the old polygon wall. You need to find an ambassador and need to find the cavalier. How about we partner up? How about you introduce yourself first, because I have no idea who you are. Kai, I've been a soldier, a sailor, and halfway decent baritone. Okay. He's a troublemaker, but a damn qualified one at least. Okay. I knew you had a soft spot for me. Okay. Of course, I'm gonna be like, can I trust you? If there's one thing you can say about Roderians, we are no backstabbers. We handle our disagreements face to face with lots of yelling and violence. Okay. You'll vouch for me, right, Captain? Better have him not need him and not need him, okay? Better have him and not need him. Nicest thing you said about me all day. Kai, before you go, the envoy is no stranger to the wilderness, but and I know the living lands can be unpredictable. Yes, of course. Make sure he comes back alive, or the Steel Girl will have my head. Okay. Better yours than mine. The bastard could be in danger. We have to get moving. I admire your eagerness, envoy, but just don't rush into danger too quickly, alright? Right behind you. Alright, Kai is a seasoned shoulder mercenary for the Rotarian Empire. Restless but affable, he's wandering, led him into the living lands with a piece of yet. Oh, blah. He's got abilities with fire and air, fire starter. Alright, that's fine. This looks like some abilities kind of like pulled over from Outer Worlds, where your companions have different types of abilities. This area is also probably going to test the limits of my settings. We'll see how it goes. Alright, let's... There's a marker there. How far out do we gotta go? Alright, there's Paradis. I think that's where we're actually initially supposed to go for our mission, but we gotta get the ambassador to deliver our message to him first. But do we look around for a shopkeeper and purchase some equipment? Looks like there's some stuff here. Greetings, friend. You look like you could use a fine weapon or a sturdy shield. Vulture is here. Alright. So you take a look at my wares before you speak to... Alright, let's see what you have for sale. So this is my inventory, this is his inventory. Ooh, great sword. Dagger, there's a mace, which does more than the axe, which is great. It's 150. Where's my currency? I guess mine, that's how much I have, 452. Go ahead and get rid of this common sword. Some of this stuff I'm just like, I don't even know what's even uses for yet. I think I might use the pistol. Granted, it's not stealthy. I don't think I'm really going to be much of a stealthy character with Paladin Snow on this. I might just build a little more brunt. I just kind of plow through, I guess, to kind of run through this main campaign. I don't think I'll use the Great Warhammer. It's pretty powerful, though. Go ahead and get rid of that. The bow. We'll hang on to the wand and the pistol just for range. And we will pick up, let's see here. I think I'm going to pick up two things. I think I'm going to pick up the great sword. Wait, Oh, I just clicked my left icon and that's actually agree. I was actually meaning to cancel. I still really got to get used to this ridiculous setup. Because I can use, it's like I can use all this. And I don't want to just sit here and use my up and down icon stuff. Alright, let's see here. I kind of want the mace to replace my axe. To be honest, I'm not sure if I'm going to use a shield much. Okay, we'll go ahead and get that. Go ahead and we have the pistol. There's a round shield. Might hang on to it just in case I might need it for now. But that's good enough for now. There's some grenades you can actually start using, which is kind of interesting. Alright, let's see here. Alright, hello there. Alright, griping at each other about a hunting knife. Yes, I'm more interested in your wares, not about listening to you ramble to Kai over here. Alright, looks like you got some armored stuff. I really have, like, basically common clothing. I probably should get some kind of equipment. Interesting, it's damage reduction is how they rate the armor. And then, like, for example, this says these are boots, or greaves. They say resistance to poison and bleed accumulation. Reduces stamina cost when blocking. Increases stamina with these boots. These increase stun. Interesting. Very different approach than what I've seen before. Like, these don't even serve as actual armor. They serve as just different bonuses. I don't know. I really do also need to acquire a little bit more gold for some things. So at least I've got some starting weapons at least. Oh, I should have sold that axe because I don't need that anymore. I'll use that. I'll remove the shield. And I will equip the pistol in the place of the shield. I'll go over here, remove the pistol, and have my great sword on this setup. Okay, so there we go. Pistol and mace, and that. Alright. No, there's spears in this game. Alright. Alright, let's see here. I was gonna go ahead and get rid of the common axe. And yeah, see, I just left-clicked there and it worked. To me, that makes no sense. And a lot of other left clicks are not working within UI for some strange reason, like this menu. Let's see, left click, nope, not working. I have to use space, which is the selecting sequence. Yeah, so far this is interesting. I hope it'll improve a little bit. But I'm going to take a few minute break here, and I will be right back. Just give me a few minutes. I'm just going to take a little break, stretch my legs, and we'll get back into some more Avowed. All right, I am back, and I'm actually gonna exit out of the game real quick and come back in. See if maybe there's something wonky on the back end that kept messing up with the mouse pointer not working with certain UI elements. Just give me a second here and getting it booted back up. Maybe it's also because I changed the layout. Might try that. Interesting. Let me go ahead and get over here to the deck. Apparently, I guess it generates the shader each time. At least the way it worked for Oblivion, and I thought I also noticed with Hogwarts Legacy, it only generates the shaders once. So this is kind of unfortunate. We'll see. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. My opinion, it should only have to do this once, unless in between updates or something. All right. My left click is currently working. Let's go to load game, and left click is working. Let's go to my manual save, load. Yeah, maybe I'll just have to load out and load back in to get that element to work correctly again. I'm going to test it in the inventory where I noticed it quit working first. All right, pull up that inventory. Ability tree companions. Interesting. So I can manage their stuff as well. I'm looking for... It says one here, so I'm assuming I can assign another one. Sure. Yeah, my left click is working now, see? So apparently this is still a known issue, and me coming out of it and coming back into it fixed the issue. Because that's going to be a major annoyance if I don't have that in good working order. I like that left click for all of my UI options. It is interesting on how some games, most games that are made in Unreal, can retain a lot of similarities, but I feel like Avowed's done a pretty decent job being unique just because of their particular art style. And just as of now, I am going to mainly focus on the main campaign. So we will focus on eradicating this disease. So we're going to try and get past any kind of distractions and just kind of go from that and move forward. If I kind of get to where I enjoy it a little more, then I will pursue a little more. Armor fit for the wild. Search for the windmill for supplies. Collect produce and ladders. Collect pelts. Interesting. Okay. That's weird. That's, Did it just... It activated a side quest. That's not what I want. I want this to be activated. My main active. I don't want that to be active. Well, I wonder, let me hold up, let me look at it and see what it says. Dawn short side quests. To survive in the living land, you'll need a scavenge for survival, go to your gear. Oh, okay, well then maybe I should go ahead and do this. This is kind of, I guess, a tutorial for about armor. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Alright, hello there. And that's more like it. Hello. Noticing a little bit of frame rate drops, unfortunately. I might have to adjust a little bit. I do have my textures almost cranked up. I might have to turn them down. I don't like turning them down. But if it's going to cause some performance issues, I may need to. Let's see here. Backpack. There's some supplies in that. I don't know if any of you follow Mr. Matty Plays or not, but I can see why he might have used... I noticed he had a two-handed build through his game. Because I just experienced at least that encounter with two-hander, and I could see why that guy that I was trying to fight, the infected individual, he was annihilating me with his two-hander. I think they overpowered two-handed items. Potentially. We'll see as I progress. Let's see here. There's something over there. That's too far, though. Do I need to go to workbench? I don't want to go to workbench. I'll do that later. Alright, let's see if there's anything else in here. There's some food. Alright, we will carry on here. I don't think there's anything else of interest other than that. Let's see, nothing in there. Alright, let's go. Let's go ahead and see if I can we'll finish that off later, because that'll require me to go back in town. I don't really want to go back into town. I want to keep going. Well, I don't know. Maybe I should. Don't really want to. But I might really need a little bit better armor. Might be able to keep me alive just a little bit longer. It wants me to come over here. Adra Waystone, interact. Set up party camp? No. Do you have to set up a party camp to upgrade your workbench? Alright. Map. Oh no. That's just, yeah, I guess you do. That's weird. Yes. Let's see what happens when I do this. Alright, party camp. Okay, so you can set up a camp here. Interesting. I guess your party basically kind of hangs out here. There's an enchanting station. Here's the workbench. This is what we're wanting. Select a weapon or piece of armor. Alright, next. Use materials, armor materials, universal herbs, Adra, which are unique. Enchanting materials. Alright. So let's go ahead and select this. Do you want to upgrade? Hold on a second. What does it require? It requires 4 pelts and 2 the Paradisian ladder. Sure. Let's go ahead and upgrade it. It's got a little bit better quality to it. Has a little bit more damage reduction, not much. I'll just do common for now, and then I should be good. Supposedly I can upgrade that common pistol. No, I can't, because I need 4 software branch. That's alright. I'll just consider that a good done deal. That little tutorial quest kind of reminded me a little bit MMO-esque. Yeah, let's exit. interesting. It leaves your encampment set up, but then once you leave it, then you're no longer set up encamped. It's kind of interesting. Because we want to go to the envoy. Let's see here, 1 second. Let's go to game. Oh, graphics. I was already on it. Windowed. Let's see here. Could try and increase this just a little bit, maybe. I don't know if I can squeeze some more out of that. And maybe everything's pretty much on low. That's unfortunate. I actually originally had the texture quality higher. I have a feeling it might make it worse if I do that. We'll see. Oh, I think this is... I don't want the AMD. I think the TSR, which is techniques like DLSS, FSR, or TAU enhance quality while maintaining smoother frame rates. Let's leave it on that one. Alright, apply the changes. And let's go ahead and get out of here. And see if it's any better. I think increasing the texture quality might have made it worse. That's unfortunate. I was able to get away with that in the Oblivion remaster. I increased the texture. I went in the back end and disabled supposedly like the ray and lumen tracing, but we'll see. I really could care less about tearing, so maybe this might help a little bit with performance, just in case. Turning VSync off. We'll see if that works. Resume. Almost wish you could just turn the shadows off, but that's, I mean, I don't think you could, because Unreal is all about the lighting. It's very obvious that they really focus on that. If their upscaling doesn't work very well in this, I may use an external upscaling application, especially if I keep getting inconsistent performance frame rates. I prefer a much more quality approach of performance over high-end graphics and stuff. I am kind of curious once the Steam Machine comes out, how much different it's going to be performance-wise versus the deck. Alright, tomato. Food. Just random food. Looks like some enemies up here. There we go. Got rid of them, and oh, there's another one. Still a lot of frame rate rates, I feel like. I don't know if there's really much more I can adjust. It hasn't really noticed until I gotten into these larger open areas. I could try AMD. Let's try Ultra Performance. Just a level sharpness applied to the image after upscaling. Increases sharpening can enhance the detail, but may introduce visual artifacts. I don't want to do that, so we'll just try this for now. We don't have an HDR display because we have the non-OLED version. We have the LCD version. All right, let's resume. Ooh, yeah, I can see a lot of artifacting now after changing it. Oh my. It feels better. Let's do just performance. Let's go ahead and apply it on that. Resume. Yeah, I still don't like the way it looks. I still feel a little bit of artifacting with it on the performance as well. I can do this. I don't know if that's going to make it any better. Let's try real quick, see what that does. Didn't really want to have to do something like this while I was playing. Alright, let's go to settings again. Let's try balance and turn this back to 0. I think this is the reason why I didn't leave it on AMD. Yeah, I just don't like that artifact. Now, I don't know if you can tell what I'm seeing or not, but it just kind of shows pixelated and stuff as a move. Let's try the TAA method and see if this is any good. Nah, I see it skipping too much. Oh boy. Let's crank this up a little more, see if that makes it worse or better. Now the temporal super resolution. TSR. Nah, it feels choppy still. Let's turn it down, see if that makes a difference. Let's turn it to about 43 or something, that's fine. That feels a little better. Having that at a lower rate. Let's try this out. Maybe this will work better. Alright, let's keep carrying on here. Keep just having... Yeah. Oh. I guess I attracted a bear by firing my flintlock. It's a very nice sounding flintlock. I'm not used to having powdered guns and this kind of stuff. A rot seeps through here. Who poisoned us? We cannot see. Alright, must be that weird, conspicuous agenda we're going after with this strange disease that's infecting and turning people into mushroom zombies, I guess is a good way of putting it. Alright, let's see here. Firestarter is a command that orders Kai to burn away the webs. To use Firestarter, open the action. Okay. And... oh, that's kind of nice. I can use him to burn away those weird, mysterious things that I have to... I can only do it through, yeah. Let's see if we can sneak up on this bad boy. Alright, and we did. So, let's see here. There's another bear over here. I need to make sure our objective, I believe, is over there. There's a couple bears here. Not sure if we can make a sneak attack or not. We'll see real quick. Whack. Instead of whack-a-mole, it's whack-a-bear. Alright, it looks like we need to go this way. Alright, I think it's doing that click glitch again. Yep. My click is no longer working. Oh, so annoying. I'll have to do some research and see if there's some mods out there that can maybe fix this. Since they deny it, they have not fixed it for PC. It's quite annoying. I don't know when their last update was for this game. Let's see if we can do a little sneaky sneak on this bear. The Scourge invades, claw it out. Okay. The infectious stuff has very strange terminology. It breathes, it is close. Okay. Alright. Guess we need to go up this way. Alright, gotta go down here. Oh, here's somebody. Here's the ambassador right here. Alright. Are you blind? We're being hunted. Get rid of the bear and we'll talk after. Okay. So we gotta get rid of a bear. Looks like there's a bear over here. It's a big bear. Oh. Alright. Got rid of that bear. Interesting animations for fighting. A lot different than the games I normally play. Alright, let's see here. Unflicted duty, an essence of potion. I will take that. Adra. Might as well take all this off this fellow's. He won't be needing it. And we'll talk to the ambassador. Alright, thank the gods your arrival could have been more timely. Alright, and this is where also I said the cursor, of course, is no longer working again for clicking, so I'm going to have to use it like a controller. This is no place for dimming at. What are you doing here? The Cavalier and I were investigating a disturbance, but sadly it got the better of us, of course. Edmund was no stranger to disturbance inside and out, city walls. Master fell at your service, and you must be our Imperial envoy. Better late than never, I say. I have an urgent mission from the Emperor for you, Ambassador. Keep it close until we're back at the embassy. I prefer to take bad news on the come front of my office. Alright. Aren't you going to introduce me to your compatible companion? Can he be trusted? Kai offered to accompany me, and he's had my back so far. I could be super, like, what do you say, Kai? Can we trust you? Kai offered company, and he's had my back so far. I'll just say that for now. Did he now? A little faster, we might have been able to save Clavier Edmund too. Happy to have been service nevertheless. Alright. I take it they have business with the governor. Poor fellow. It was the bear that killed him, of course. The wilderness has been a little too wild of late. Alright. This place is called the Living Lands. For a reason, Ambassador, you shouldn't have been prepared. Alright, I think we should say, we should leave now or risk of meeting the Cliver's fate. Not before I've had the chance to tidy up some unfinished business. We heard alarming reports of a blight in the wilderness and a strange corruption moving toward the city. There's definitely a blight, and that's why I'm here. Changes to the ecosystem are expected to this one, but progresses too rapidly to ignore. We tracked the corruption all the way here, but all we found was that creature gone mad. It's not madness, it's an illness, malady of the soul. That sounds very accurate. So the rumors of a plague were true. Yes, they are. We are here, come to us, commute with us. So that's that weird... We have waited for you to come. What's the matter? Can you hear me? I'm fine, Ambassador. How are you? But you very well, if you say so. The Emperor trusts your judgment, and so do I. Whatever you think is best, I'll support it. You know something of our troubles. That means clever. What would you have us do? Let's see here. What if the Aedra is the source of the blight in the strange root? You suspect a connection? Interesting. Aedra is said to be filled with essence, soul stuff. Maybe the essence will respond to a godlike's touch. Just be careful, the Emperor will never forgive me if anything happens to you. Take it slow, we'll be alright here. Alright. So we gotta go look at this essence. I guess is what they call it. Yeah, Aedra Pillar, that's right, because this is Pillars of Eternity. At least not the game, but of the world. Alright, let's see here. Man, sorry about that. I have left myself muted again. I am doing a terrible job of unmuting myself, getting back in the habit of that. Alright, so I've got a new ability, Dream Touch. Heals and revives all nearby allies and deals damage over time to nearby Dilmigan, Dream Thralls, and Vessels. Okay. Oh, my click worked, I think, that time. Incredible Envoy, I don't know what you did, but that was miraculous. You alright? You look like you were in a trance for several minutes. What happened? What can you recall? I wouldn't know where to begin, and you wouldn't even believe me if I did. I say begin a couple pence. Out bites. Be a stranger than the most, and out here, that's saying something. We'll need to hear of this, share my findings with the Steel, as long as they do the same. Not that she has any interest in egology. Alright. Shouldn't the Steel report to us? Provide us some much needed protection, but they answer only to themselves. We have our interests, and they have theirs. Mutual beneficial arrangement. Okay. Stay out of their way, and they'll return the favor. Alright, understood. We'll talk more in the embassy and ensure the mostly give you the pass to the city. What you've done here is truly amazing. Let's keep up the good work, eh? Just watch your step. There's swaths of city barely more civilized than this. I do kind of feel like so far the dialogue and talking and interactions with the NPCs are kind of... I don't know. I just don't feel a very strong connection so far. And this is also me coming from the past of, like, for example, Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. Oh man, it's just almost the whole entire game is nothing but dialogue, I feel like. And it's really what you play it for. You play it for the story and not really the combat at all. The combat's, my opinion, is kind of terrible. You just kind of milk your way through it or push your way through it just to get through it. It's not absolute garbage or anything, but Knights of the Old Republic is it's a very casual kind of turn-based experience. Reminds me a lot of Neverwinter Nights. Or even Neverwinter Nights 2, of course. Because Obsidian did do that one as well. Alright. I am just following my objective points. It wants me to go where now? It wants me to go to Paradis now, I guess. That's a long way from here, I guess. Alright, well, I guess we're going down here. That was the entrance to the cave, I guess? Nope. Alright, there's another pillar here. Actually, it's a Adria Waystone. Looked like there was something over here. Some random stuff. Probably should be a good idea to save while I'm at it. Still have to get used to intermittent left mouse clicking options. That's unfortunate. I wonder, let's see here. I do have some points available. Won't I go ahead and increase my dexterity this time around? Yes. Let's go to the abilities. Do I have any ability? Oh, I do. Yeah. Armor decreases the essence penalty for light and medium armor. I feel like, no, I just charge. I don't know. This is just my, I don't know. These trees just sometimes are a little overwhelming. I like, I guess, more simplistic approaches sometimes. But I think I might focus on maybe the ranger and wizard abilities, maybe. They might be a little bit more, I mean, fighter obviously would be a paladin, of course. I think it just depends on which abilities I'm going for. What is this? Fan of daggers. Throw 3 poisonous tipped daggers in a fan, hitting multiple enemies. Interesting. Survivalist food restores 20% more health. That's nice. Parry. Time a perfect block against a melee attack to knock the enemy back and gain immediate counterattack. That's nice. Reduces stamina cost of dodge. Chill blades. Summons blades of ice that blast forward, dealing frost. Invokes a powerful arcane shield for 20 seconds that makes your spell casting uninterruptible and increases your damage reduction by 25%. I noticed most of this wizard stuff is all like offensive. Is this passive? Oh, that says passive. Wait, power attacks with wands explode. These are all like wand stuff. Yeah, interesting. The wizard, at least the tree, looks mostly offensive type spells. I might focus on mainly ranger abilities, just to be a little more oriented with a paladin, per se. Let's go ahead and just do parry for now, so we can try and time those blocks correctly, and then maybe we can get a quick counter out of that. That might be super useful. Let's see here. Go ahead and do a quick save game. And we'll go ahead and head to that next next quest objective. Yeah, hopefully this next week I'll make some major pivots since we've done a lot of adjusting this week, the beginning of this year after all the big holiday. I'll just start really tackling down a lot of my design document because I have to really polish out a few things for giving myself more direction for my project management of my game. It's very important to have those aspects carved out, or you'll just sit there and be like, Anyway, and once you get that kind of polished out enough to get where you can actually start assigning yourself tasks, then you can kind of start divvying out those work blocks that you have throughout the week to give yourself, you know, things to do, and be able to list out, this is what I'm doing on Monday, this is what I'm doing on Tuesday. It's good to do that, and it gives yourself a good sense of motivation and a sense of a small accomplished task. It makes you feel a little bit more accomplished and actually making some progress and that kind of stuff. Item qualities, upgrading uniques across quality, interesting. So there's going to be uniques. Okay. We'll just keep carrying on here. I guess there's some bandits over here. Hello there, my friend. Let's... Alright, wasn't expecting a boss. Just kind of... Oh! You came out of nowhere. Look, there is someone over here still. My goodness. I wasn't expecting that at all. Just from taking one little side incursion. We'll just do that for now. Alright, so he's got a nice one-handed unique weapon. I'll take that. Throwables. Alright. The constant tutorial bombardment is a little bit annoying. Maybe there's an option to disable it. I kind of doubt it. I'm so used to some of the old school stuff where you didn't have to be bombarded by tutorials. Alright, let's see here. Some random stuff. Oh, some gold. Let's carry on here. Take some soup. Kind of curious that they kind of taken some of the Morrowind inspiration to a degree because of the mushrooms and just kind of mutated it into their own art. They don't have trees as mushrooms so far from what I'm seeing. is pretty. I think I actually like their art style and level design a little bit more of this than in Outer Worlds. Maybe I should go up this way. Okay, Bard. Essence potion in that statue's hand. Interesting. How in the world are we supposed to get to my objective if I can't get over this gigantic wall? A little bit annoyed. I might just go back the direction I came and see if there's like a gate or something over here. Something. Oh, there's a chest right here. I'll take that stuff. Oh, guess I ended up in the middle of something. Spiders. Alright. Doesn't seem like we're really getting much closer to our objective, but we'll just keep kind of walking around this strange city to see these city walls anyway. See where to find our entrance. I feel like I got some more stuttering going again. There's got to be a way into this place somewhere. Random person. Yeah, this must be the way in then. Alright. Of course he's expecting me. Apparently this is how you get in. You gotta go all the way to the front. It's a pretty big city. Excuse me. Alright, weird. Leave a random gold in the middle of nowhere. Oh, cutscene, I guess. Okay. should not be here. Of course I shouldn't. You should be free, whole, the blood feeding your veins. Why are you here? I don't know why. Something tells me I'm not in the living lands anymore. Where am I? Space within emptiness where the gods live and the dead wait. A cage, a prison. We feel the souls of multitudes, a current beneath the skin of this place. We could drip our hand in once, feel them near us now, but we are trapped like wisp and ember, but you could be alive. Should be alive. Alright, well. Alright, death comes for immortals, it's alright, I just wish I knew how. Or, beloved, they stole the bloom from your branch. An arrow broke the skin, it carried poison to your veins. Festering blot of corruption spread through the root of the sap. It stilled your heart and silenced a song in your minds. Well, too bad I couldn't take. Hopefully the next life is kinder to me and my killer. I guess there's no worse way to go. As the beetles and worms in the soil, but do not want that. We could send you back just this once. What do you mean send me back? There has to be a catch. What's going to cost me? We are bound. We are leaf and root. We are stream and sea. Help us. We sense the rot and fear it. Fear how it seeps into us and our memories. You must find us, free us from our prison. It doesn't seem like I have a choice. We will be used to warning strength to free you. Then you must find us, free us from our prison. Alright, let's get this over with. You shall know pain like no other, but deep, all birth is agony. Okay. I do feel like some of this writing is a little bit on the boring side. I'm not trying to come off being a little negative or cynical. You're awake, thank gods. For a second there I thought you had a problem. I had a problem on my hands. Sawbones. I wish I could take the credit for saving life, but I believe I had very little to do with it. Glad to see you with us. Sure you're ready to go on the next trip, go to the wheel. But I brought you here just in case. If anyone can work a miracle, it's Livia, though whatever restored you is beyond even her skill. Is the ambassador safe? Oh, his guards bundled him away to his embassy before you hit the ground. He's safe. There's something I still don't understand. You died. Yep, and then I came out and I don't want to dwell on it. You say that like it's a good thing, but the mortal soul is not adept at coping with trauma. Other than coming back from the dead, I mean. That depends on a few things: visions, hallucinations, a manifestation of past lives. Uncommon, but possible. Let them keep topping. You aren't there. Anything I should avoid? Strenuous exercise, hard drink. Look for patterns. If your friend has any trouble signs, wonder what triggers them. This is far beyond my expertise. She should know what to make with your strange, stubborn soul. Alright, so... how do you know this watcher can be trusted? Well, she doesn't accept payment. All you have to do is lose your time. The watcher examines the soul down its very core. Alright, well, let's go find this watcher. Just point me in the right direction. Rodney's shop is in the hills to the northeast, a bit of the walk. Just head out here at the Gale. Perched up into the hills. Oh, but the watcher in Hightown, she's a known charlatan. I'll send you word to the messenger you survived, but he'll no doubt want to talk to you. Alright, thank you, Lavana. Head up the stairs just out of the clinic, left the main road. Okay. I'll report to the ambassador right away. Alright. Alright, if you insist. So basically, Kai wants to investigate the reason why someone tried to kill me. To be honest, I have literally, like, I mean, it basically tells you you're godlike and everybody thinks you're weird, so it's like everyone almost wants to kill you just because you're different. Just from the impression I've gotten so far. Alright, let's, so there's ambassador, and there's the watcher. Let's go to the ambassador first. Go ahead and get this over with. Hello there, Ambassador. Can't believe you're alive. When they dragged you into Leviticus, I assumed the worst. How do you feel? Ready to get to work. Your fealty to your homeland conquers death itself. What an inspiration. But we'll return to the topic of your untimely demise shortly. Our first order of business is your purpose here in the Living Lands. Said you have a missive for me from the Emperor? Yes. Here you are, Ambassador. Now His Majesty names you loyal servant Ambassador in Assyrian Empire and extends the throne's authority. Thank goodness, at least someone understands. Oh. Alright, thank goodness at least someone understands the gravity of our situation. His Majesty concerns the current efforts in Living Lands could be jeopardized by the Dream Scourge. Yeah, Empire just... I'm here about the Dream Scourge, so we'll get into that. That's for sure. You've seen the wild Living Lands come before, both nature and politics. Sometimes I think the island has a mind of its own. No sooner had you arrived than you found yourself at the center of all troubles. Maybe it's something to do with the godlike nature. At this point, I can't rule anything out. We're in uncharted waters. The embassy has no shortage of political foes, but the Dream Scourge is what keeps me up at night. You have seen firsthand what it can do in nature, what we can't let it reach the cities. Alright, well then we better get to work. Thank you, Envoy. The island is in capable hands. Inquisitor Lodwin thinks the plague is a distraction. She is more concerned about these local rebels fighting against the Empire. They've sabotaged our work, killed our soldiers, and final straw attacked you out in the open. Killing me was bold, I'll give them that. Indeed, the killers sent a message, but this is our chance to send one in return. I won't lie to you, Envoy. Position to Envoy that I won't even defend ourselves, how we defend the Living Lands. But defend it we must, for the sake of everyone who calls this island home. Inquisitor Lodwin demands that someone hang for the attempt on your life. The Perdian rebels must face justice. The Dream Scourge is my top priority. I could care less right now about that. True, but you can't investigate Dream Scourge if you're dead. Not many chance to solve their own murder, do you know? Far from leaving, just take the main road east in town's canal. Alright. I'm getting a little bit bored of this conversation. Alright, I'll consider him. Thanks for the recommendation. New weeds, a new beast, tall grass, predator mate. As you've seen firsthand, you could use some local help, especially if you're after the Pardatians. Recruit as many allies as you can, but be carefully, they, like you, will represent the Empire. Before you can send off to the parts unknown, we'll need resurgence from a local healer that you fully recovered. After all, you survived rush to death. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I feel fine if that's your concern. Glad to hear it, but let's err on the side of caution. Remember, there's an assassin out there. Yep, I will. Alright. Wish me luck, Ambassador. Safe travels, come back with a story, eh? We'll talk more of the Dream Scourge when you return. Until then, envoy. How about to start with the Marcus Grinning Gumbon besides a drink after all this? You might want a drink. Alright, let's see here. So this is finding Marth at the Grinding Barrel Rock. Find the Watcher. Which is like my main untimely end. I think they both are. Yeah, they are. I'll go to the Baroque and then the Watcher. Oh! I was not expecting that. Well, I guess space actually makes you go down. I don't want to go up. Still have a lot of learning to do on how movement works in this game. Alright, we're pretty close to this other objective of the main quest. If we can find an entrance or something, maybe? I can see a lot of artifacting kind of going on all of a sudden. Alright. Awfully strange way to have to get into my objective. Guess I'm not coming in the front door. Nope. Just found a secret, I guess. Oh. Oh, that's nice. Was not meaning to do that at all. Alright, Mighty Morris, deep of his cups, ready to take on the deadliest prey, providing as they asleep at the time. Oh, alright. Bar talk. Alright, so the dwarf is a tracker. Alright. Interesting to see how this plays out. Alright. Friend looks like he's well under control. About to get interesting. So bartender from gold. They're obviously arguing amongst each other. Alright, I think he's basically poisoning him, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Not very interested in following that conversation. Alright, I need to find an assassin. Someone says that you're helped find that. Alright, well, wouldn't they clean up after themselves? Alright, they're not going to come around any time. Alright, so we got our new companion, Marcus. Cool. I guess he's, I don't know if he's going to be following me or Kai is going to stay with me. But anyway, I'm going to continue on. To the next objectives. Which we need to go back to the scene of the crime, but I think I'm going to go find the Watcher first. Since I'm so much closer to him. The Watcher. Whatever the Watcher has to do. Something about the Soul Scourge or whatever they call it. Unless it's not really here. Alright, yeah. He's way out of nowhere. That's weird that it had it right there. Let's see here. Can you fast travel to these kind of places? I'm kind of curious. Yeah, we'll do that one later. We'll go ahead and go back through the city and go to the front gates. We might as well just walk through these gates and go to the other gates through this gate. We'll see how well they connect, actually. Oh. Oh, boy. That close to the front of the gates and all of a sudden there's enemies? All right. It's kind of interesting. You don't find very much gear, mostly supplies. Feels a little more MMO-esque. Can't believe there's that many threats just right outside of the city. That's interesting. Probably can walk over these docks and just be right over here, I'm assuming. We'll see how that goes. Oh, well, help if I know where I'm going. These are some kind of exterior city. There we go, this way. To that front gate. It's like a maze, my goodness. Alright, we're back to the front gates where our objective is going to be at. We're investigating why someone killed us. To be honest, I could really care less. It's pretty obvious from the beginning. Right here, this is where the envoy fell. Alright, so investigate the scene of the crime. There's something over here in that tower. That's maybe where they must have taken their shot from us. If I can figure out how to get in it and up it, around it, or whatever, I mean. Okay. Maybe there is in here somewhere to get up. I think this is where I saw the ambassador, but I felt like it was a dead end, and it is a dead end. Yeah, see? Very much a dead end. Alright, so I am literally having to walk around this massive place and still not getting anywhere to where I can find to get up there, where it wants me to get up. I don't know why. I'm getting irritated a little bit with the performance too. It's still stuttering and stuff. Okay. So how do I get up there? Maybe here? Alright, now where do I go from here? Okay. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. And apparently there's enemies over here. Okay. Now I'm trying to find my way back up. A lot more parkour in this game than I've... Oh, I guess I'm gonna jump on that ladder. Interesting. Alright, flask of poison. It's empty, of course. Smells familiar, but I can't place it. Whatever it is not used for game hunting or keeping beasts out of the garden. Alright. So, know somebody that might know more. Alright, I guess we're going to go to another place. So I guess we're going to go to the Apothecaris area visit. Alright. Mermaid's Den, huh? Alright, so Mermaid's Den, and on to more boring conversation, I presume. I do feel like the writing is a little bit lacking and a little bit inferior compared to predecessors. For example, if I'm going to compare it with Knights of the Old Republic. Alright, so I feel like I'm wasting more time trying to find where I'm going than anything. Also has a lot to do with just actually being first time playing this game. Let's see, Paradise Hightown. Let's just try and see if that's actually a separate part of the town that I haven't gotten to yet. Is this where I'm supposed to go? Let's see here. Is that something? Yeah, I think this is it. Let's go ahead and head this direction. Alright, so this is supposedly like the mermaid's den, according to Kai. Okay. So it wasn't in the Perilous High Town. Oh my goodness. I'm getting a little annoyed with just having to run around trying to figure out where I need to go. This is also from a fact of coming from, I like to play replay games, and I just know them so well. New games to me, it's fun. I'm enjoying Avowed. There are definitely some new things that I haven't seen in these style of games before. Maybe it's because of their development team or retaining a lot of their development core aspects, like on Outer Worlds. It feels a lot more RPG-ish than some other games. I don't know if that's the right way to say it or not, but the enemies definitely are more spongy that I'm used to. Alright, I doubt I can scale this wall over here. Yeah, see? Cannot scale it. But I can go down here. So I'm just gonna have to walk around until I can find that wherever I'm trying to get to. Is there a door over here? Nope, not a door. Lots of choppiness. I guess I'm walking around some more areas to get to where I need to get to. Maybe this stairwell will get me where I need to go. Alright, let's see here. Let's go to the map. Yep, there we go. Aren't you the outlet who died in the streets? What? Okay. Yeah. You gotta help us. He's gonna hurt me again. Everyone take a deep breath. No one's hurting anyone else today. Right? Seem to be like bearing up little guys, taking a run at him. Okay. Alright, and you in league with those rebels who killed me. Huh, you aliens always think everyone's out to get you. If I wanted to kill you, you'd already be dead. This is getting tiresome. I'm gonna hurt Potter, but I don't really want to hurt you. Oh, he said he's really gonna hurt me. Okay. Haha. Haha. Corny. Oh, I didn't realize that that was an AoE effect. Still not exactly easy on story mode. Alright, thank you for dealing with those people. Gang abilities, shaken down. Dangerous here, it's just monsters and knives instead of fangs. Alright, Spirit Sauce can come after you. No, let's go through. Yeah. Didn't come here to defend sticks. Show the poison flask. It's from him. So, hockey poison and paying off thugs. Alright. Give me a list of your customers. One of them is an assassin. I can't give you that. Yeah, if your clients are killers, your reputation will be the least of your worries. And I don't... The numbers saw the customer's face. They were hooded. They were muck cowl, I believe. You can tell that the Saint of Troy religious do anything to leave their bodies. I appreciate the help. So he's given us a lead, per se, to the next assailant. Guess we're going to the high town. I'm pretty sure this is part of my main quest. Find the Watcher, search for more clues about your assassin, speak to the Apothecus. Yeah, it seems that way. I don't like all that text all up in my face. Alright, yeah, so we should get out of here and stop talking, in other words. Giving me another quest. I don't want it to be active. Want this one to be active. This guy's tough. Apparently this is assassin land. Alright, let's go to the map. Apparently that's our new objective right here. Wait, no that isn't. That's the finer things in battle. That's its side quest. So we have two different objectives for the main quest: is Untimely End and the Watcher. The Watcher's pretty far up north. A lot of these objectives keep being in town. They should be pretty simple. So far they kind of are, but they're taking a lot of time. Just as an FYI, an update on my stream, I'll be ending in about 15 minutes or so. Alright, so there's a couple area objectives. I don't like how this text is all over the screen. A little tad bit annoying. Alright, looks like this is an objective area. Maybe we're supposed to just go inside here. Oh, yep. feel like I'm not doing as much damage as I was with these fellows. Alright, well I'm still supposed to obviously find something here, but there's a locked door and no key. Annoyed. Apparently I need lockpicks too to open it. Well, there's a chest back here. And some stuff. I haven't saved in a while. That's might be a good idea to save. So I don't have a key, and apparently I need another lockpick to be able to open that door, so this objective is literally halted. Quite annoying. There is another objective here. Why don't I go over there real quick? I'm gonna have to start wrapping it up here soon, though. I think this might be a good point to go ahead and just tie it up, wrap up the stream. I am kind of, I don't know. This is, maybe I need to give myself a little more playtime on this, but I'm just kind of on the wall about this game. It's definitely not what I was expecting. I was expecting a little less, I don't know. The writing to me and the engagement of the story, to me at least, doesn't feel very engaging to me. Number one is I really actually care less about going after the assassin. To throw that in and then make two little pivots. The main thing that I actually care about is this crazy disease stuff that's going on. I'd rather go do that. It's like people are going to be killing your character anyway because you're a godlike, because they don't like you, and it already showed at the beginning of the intro of the game that people were beating you up and stuff because you're different and they didn't like you or they were scared of you and all this kind of different stuff. I feel like it's irrelevant that you would go after them. But anyway, I really appreciate you joining me on stream. expect more content, a little bit of pivoting this year. I've got a little bit of a new recording setup, so hopefully some of my videos will be a little bit better quality and my recording process. But anyways, always, first and foremost, be positive, be creative. If you like this kind of content, if you enjoy watching my Let's Plays, or you want to keep watching in related to any of the gaming or my game developments, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more of that. And I just wish you a good one and have a good weekend. Goodbye.